1.5 rushing yards against the New Orleans Saints, more or less?
I think he might get that in the first quarter. Listen, this is a guy that also had design runs. You saw last week with the scatterable draws and things like that. But he also is a guy that if you play cover one, he can get those he can get those yardage by not design runs. So definitely, I'm going to give him over 36.5. He got young legs and got moves. Oh yeah, hit it.
Dart's got something special going on right now, and it's not just his mobility, it's the energy he brings to this offense. But he lost a huge part of that offense with Malik Neighbors going down with an injury. The question is, who can step up? And you're not going to be Malik Neighbors. Who can step up and sort of fill that role? We've seen so many guys say next man up. Someone at the Giants needs to become that guy.
Let's keep cooking. Harry, Cam Ward, more or less than half a touchdown pass against the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going more. Let there be light. I know that's what Cam Ward is saying right now at home in his mirror in the restroom, but this is a quarterback who's been sacked more than anybody in the National Football League, 17 times. I think this weekend against the Arizona Cardinals, Cam Ward is going to be able to throw a passing touchdown, may even have two to be exact.
Well, listen, I think it's time. You know, even a squirrel.
What's this analogy? Okay.
Yeah. No, all good. But listen, this young man, he said that they aren't really good. I think they rally around him. They find a way to get him some productivity, and I think guys step up for their young quarterback.
Let's go across the ocean. Bart, final one, more or less. Dylan Gabriel, 176.5 passing yards.
I'm going to go under slightly. I think, listen, the good thing about when you have no tape is defenses don't know how to prepare for you, don't know what the offense is going to look like. But that's a lot to ask of a young quarterback. I think he goes less.
Can we not lean on Cam Schlittler from last night and know that these rookies can do amazing things in their big spots? I believe Dylan Gabriel's going to be okay. I'm inspired by all these rookie quarterbacks. I think Dylan Gabriel's going to do just fine.
One plays for the Yankees, one plays for the Browns.
Fair enough.
Here's the recap. A couple overs and under when it comes to Dylan Gabriel. If you like these plays, we parlayed them together at ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Look for the more or less featured parlay on the homepage and in the parlay lounge. Let's drill down on this matchup, Minnesota and Cleveland. Harry Douglas, Dylan Gabriel. You see him being able to hold on to the job throughout the duration of the season?
I do. Number one, I love the simple fact that the Cleveland Browns made this change. They looked over at the New York Giants and said, man, that young quarterback Jackson Dart brings a different energy, a different aura to this organization. Let us make a quarterback change. But Dylan Gabriel, he throws with anticipation. He understands the offense, has a great grasp of what Kevin Stefanski wants to do. And at the same time, this young man played 6 years of collegiate football. He understands the game at a high level. He's very cerebral. I believe in Dylan Gabriel that he's going to be able to get it done for the Cleveland Browns this weekend across the pond.
Bart, agree or disagree?
I think he'll fare himself well. They're going to lean on this great defense. When you got a defense like that, you don't have to try and win the game by scoring a lot of points. You let other teams lose it. And I think when you think about all the injuries that the offensive line for the Minnesota Vikings have, Myles Garrett's going to eat. Listen, the Cleveland Browns have one of those throwback defenses that can turn your water off. And I think, they eat a lot this week. I think they lean on the run game, and this young guy gives them a lot of spark. We're going to see what happens when Minnesota sits over there for 2 weeks, how those effects. Are they going to be a fresher team, more acclimated to the time, or is Cleveland going to come over there juiced up?
Peter, what are you hoping to see from Dylan Gabriel?
Well, it's a big ask because Bart's right. The Vikings were out there for the Ireland game. They stayed out there all week. They're acclimated to the European time zone. They're ready to go. And Dylan Gabriel becomes the first rookie quarterback in NFL history to make his first start overseas. This is not ideal. They're dropping him in an unnatural place where he's not going to be comfortable. That said, what you don't know, you don't know. Maybe it's the best thing possible. Just throw him into the mix and let's go. I've spoken to Browns sources. Here's what they will say. This guy is mobile. He can move. That was something that wasn't really there with Flacco. And if Flacco's the 41-year-old veteran quarterback, what you're asking Flacco to do is limit the turnovers. Don't kill us. Well, Flacco threw 3 picks last week. So at this point, let's give Dylan Gabriel a shot. To Harry's point, 64 collegiate starts. He's seen it at all different levels. He's seen it at multiple schools. This is the kind of guy that might be ready for this ask because it is a big, tall mountain with all the things going up against him.
So let me say this really quick. One of the things that I love about Dylan Gabriel, that's one of his strengths, he doesn't hold on to the football. He gets the football out quick. His offense, when he was at Oklahoma, when he was at Oregon, was all predicated on getting the ball out quickly, timing routes, and being precision in the pass game. And I love the location of his passes that gives his receivers and tight ends opportunity for yards after the catch, too.
I think the Browns plus 3.5 is the play here. Yeah. There's 2 things you want to focus on. Number one, Joe Flacco Can it get any worse? The turnover-worthy plays on a consistent basis. And what Kevin Stefanski wants to do is run the football. This Minnesota defense ranks bottom 10 in defensive run success rate. If you're able to run the ball and then lean on the defense, you can keep this within 3.5. You've seen the total plummeting in this game. Bookmakers telling you it should be lower scoring.
The message for Gabriel should be don't kill us. Don't kill us. And I don't think he will.
And did the shoe fall off of Carson Wentz's foot yesterday when you talk about the 2 interceptions and 6 sacks? Is he going to start seeing ghosts again and turn back to who he used to be before we saw him this year?
Oh, that Minnesota offensive line is banged up. He's going to be under duress, betting on an interception as well.
This team is too talented for them not to figure out another way to win, even with Cooper Rush at the quarterback position.
Take a look at the hill the Ravens could be looking to climb. Since the 1970 merger, only 4% of teams who start out 1-4 or worse end up making the playoffs. But if Shedeur is saying he could miss the following week against the Rams, then starting out 1-5 could be the nail in the coffin. Only 1.5% of teams to start 1-5 or worse end up making the playoffs. Just 4 have done it since the merger. Harry, Ravens, are they toast without Lamar Jackson against the Texans?
I believe they are. And Bart, you said this is the Baltimore Ravens. No, this is not. The Baltimore Ravens that we've seen within the first 4 games of the season, this is not the Baltimore Ravens that we are accustomed to seeing. We understand that culture meant something. That culture and that DNA is no longer on their side, in my opinion. Their defense is just about the bottom half of every statistical category that you want to bring up. But at the same time, Lamar Jackson accounts for a majority of their offense. Running the football, passing the football, it's the unscripted plays that he has the ability to be elusive and create for his other guys amongst his offense. But I'm looking also at the team that they're going against. They're going against the Houston Texans, who are in a desperation situation as well. That defense with Will Anderson Jr., and then you have Danielle Hunter, and then you got Derek Stingley Jr. in the secondary. I don't think this is going to fare up well for the Baltimore Ravens this weekend.
Peter, they're sitting 1-3. Is this a must-win game for the Ravens?
No. And I know we're in such a knee-jerk, society now where every game is the end of the world. They could lose this game and the Rams game, and I don't think they're in that much of a trouble. Look at the final 8 games on their roster. Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, always going to be a tough match. Bengals again, Patriots, Packers, Steelers. I don't see this as a murderer's row to end the season. If Lamar can get back there, I don't care if they have 1, 2, 3 wins, it's still going to be the Ravens in the end in January that we're talking about, giving everyone heck in the AFC North. I look at that division. The Browns aren't going to be winning that division. The Bengals aren't going to be winning that division as is right now. It's going to be them and the Steelers, and I don't know, are the Steelers running away with this thing? I'm not so sure about that.
Brand and culture always matters, right? And the Ravens just need to remember who they are. You said something very important. You said that Lamar accounts for, 70% of their offense. That's the problem right now, because when you look at it, they have one of the best running backs in the game. He only has 8 carries this season, right? He had 8 carries in the last game. He only has 49 carries this season, right? You talk about Lamar Jackson has 21. Listen, this is a team with a great pair of running backs. This is a team with a great pair of tight ends, maybe the best in the league paired together. 2 of the best receivers. Lean on them. And maybe it may take Cooper Rush being a quarterback to show them that they can win in a different way. You know how to protect that bad defense is by running the football and limiting the possessions. And the Ravens have all the personnel and everything they need to win ugly traditionally. See, Lamar is so exceptional in what he does. You lean on that and you ask him to do everything when he don't have to.
So I just feel like Todd Monken has to be better because, to Bart's point, you look at Derrick Henry, he has not had one game this season where he's had over 18 carries.
They're down, though, last week, 30-17. That's not a game where you just hand the ball to Derrick Henry 20 times. You had to throw the ball, unfortunately.
But here's my thing. Is the defense getting better? Because if you're consistently down, how are you going to be able to hand it to Derrick Henry if you're down every game?
That's how you protect the defense, by running the football. They got 2 of the biggest mismatches in tight end position. Zay Flowers is special, and Bateman out there is a guy that you have to deal with, too. Win that way.
All right, Fact or Fiction continues, even though I forgot to ask Fact or Fiction for each of the last 3 questions. Okay. Harry, the Philly offense will struggle again against this Denver defense. Fact or Fiction?
I'm going to go Fact, and it's because of offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. I said it this offseason, coming into the season, he was the guy that I was highlighting, and he has to do a better job of making things easier for his players. That's the elite ones included. It's okay. When you're watching a Sean McVay, a Kyle Shanahan, a Matt LaFleur, these guys are making everything look easier for their star players. It's okay to line up and give A.J. Brown more on this route tree than what you're giving him. I don't like what I'm seeing right now from this offense. And then you look at a guy, Devontae Smith, I don't think he's involved enough as he should be involved.
Eagles offense, Broncos defense. Who do you trust more?
Still the Eagles offense. Still the Eagles offense because they're the defending champs who have the best offensive line in football, and they can dictate when they want to. What's weird about the Eagles is that we haven't seen them play a complete game. 2 weeks ago, they play this incredible, second half after a terrible first half. And last week against the Buccaneers, they looked lights out first half, and they couldn't complete a pass in the second half. They're still 4-0. They'll put it all together at some point. The Broncos defense is not the 76 Steelers, okay? Daniel Jones went up and down the field on them. So did Justin Herbert. I don't think that this is necessarily the worst matchup for the Eagles. They should still be able to get the job done.
You're the only guy picking the Eagles?
No, which is fine.
Art.
I mean, listen, this Broncos team should be at worst 3-1. You talk about the launching and all that type of stuff. But I'm intrigued about the matchup. Right, I'm intrigued. Surtain maybe deciding to take away Devontae Smith because it seems like he's the favorite target of Jalen Hurts right now. Saquon Barkley is yet to have that breakout game, and this pass rush of the Denver Broncos can really get at Jalen Hurts. Can Jalen Hurts push them back by being able to throw the ball down the field to get their respect? Or can this defense dictate? Listen, they don't have to be the 85 Bears, but you can still dominate now when you have a guy that is basically the new version of Revis Island. You can add more assets to the front line to stop Saquon.
So the thing
in that conversation,
he deserves it.
So the thing that alarms me about the Eagles' offense this year versus last year, they're allowing so much leakage amongst the offensive line when it comes to run plays. That is something that we didn't see at a great bit last season, and right now they're struggling to run the